Could you talk a little bit about him as a character? Because obviously he's got a very fast-paced personality.
Yeah. I don't think that man sleeps. That guy goes a mile a minute, and I really respect that, because it's kind of hard to just do nothing but be on the grind, and I feel like that's the way I would describe him. He's just always on the grind.
It's the underground top 10 cipher. I say we listen to it and see what happens.
Have you ever been fucked over?
Yeah, dude, actually I have. My name is Sammy. My role in the underground rap scene, it's kind of difficult because there's just a lot of different things that I'm doing. Events, obviously, like the Cypher, the HBD basketball game, producer management, artist management, really just making sure people are taken care of.
So a lot of different hats.
A lot of different hats. So I was 16. I wanted to just, get some money. So I worked at McDonald's. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was kind of a fun job. Once that passed, I went to college. I went to Boulder, Colorado. But then after I got out of college, I was doing valet, catering, whatever. And when I was doing the valet or doing the catering, that was the only job that you could be on your phone, right? So when I'd go, I'd ask them every time I'd walk in, I was like, can I go, be the dishwasher guy? When I was being the dishwasher guy, I was on my phone. I was obviously working. I was trying to find talent. I knew I wanted to be in like music business in some sense, right? I was just working while I was working, and it kind of built up. And then, I started managing this guy, 14 VVS. Went from him to producer management, and it just kind of built up. And eventually I started my own company, Everlasting Management.
So what exactly is Everlasting Management?
Honestly, it's not even just music related, it's like influencers, like, fruit snacks, right? Events like the Cypher, that was Everlasting.
Yo, this DJ band, you rocking with the 2025 UGS Top 10 Cypher, let's get it.
A Cypher is basically like, you'll have, 5 to 10 artists and they'll just do a verse, 40 seconds long, whatever. And then the next person will do a verse. So you hand off the mic until everyone's done. They did it when it was just freestyles, right?
Hey, tell that little bitch I got money. Hey, tell that little bitch it is nothing. Hey, hit that bitch right from the back, she got turkey. I knock out that bitch like it's stuffing.
But now in this day and age, no one is freestyling. Doing it pre-recorded, you get to hear like these crazy ass beats, and every beat is different. And the Cyphers and XXL, it's all the same beat. It's so boring. So Jake from UGS, he called me and he was talking about, doing a Cypher like XXL. But we started talking about it and I was like, bro, this is genius. I think he said pre-recorded verse and I said, let's do it the day before Paramount Studios, and that's what we did. So the artists basically come in, they pre-record their verse, and then the next day they perform it in a Cypher.
I want a bitch that rock them French tip friendships. I want a friendship. I want a bitch that come in Coco Gigi. She wanna eat me. I wanna pop the Roxy's, pull up Tris till I get sleepy. I want a bitch that like my pick on IG. She wanna eat me.
Dude, that shit was the most complicated thing. There was the fire.
It's shocking video showing the absolute devastation in the Pacific Palisades.
There was the blizzard.
50 million people in 25 states are in this storm's path.
People canceled, but that's nothing compared to the 3 months leading up to it and how hell that was. But next year's is gonna be 10 times crazier.
What first got you interested in underground rap, and how did you start promoting these artists?
I never heard underground music before. I was listening to Thug, I was listening to Juice WRLD, whatever, but I never liked underground music. And then when I started managing that kid, I had to get in the scene. I started listening, then I only liked underground music.
Have you ever been fucked over?
Yeah, dude, actually I have. So there's one time we were doing a show, it was Can. So I paid Can a good amount of money. It was about like $6,500 to do the show. A week out, he goes, I'm not coming anymore. He said, let's do it in LA. So I was like, okay, fine. We can do it in LA. I'll let it go. It cost me $2-3K in damages because I already paid people to come, fly out, whatever. And so it's like, whatever. I waited 3 months. I'm hitting him. I'm hitting his, management. They're saying, oh yeah, we'll do it. It got to a point. I'm like, all right, just send the money back. Whatever. Fast forward 6 months. I've been hitting them every day, man. Like trying to get my money back for the show, and they're just giving me excuse after excuse. And it's like, bro, I'm down $10,000 now. It's been a year. This is the crazy part. About 3 months ago, I get him an interview you know I did it? So I could get my own money back. I told them like, hey, I'll get you the interview. If you guys don't have the money, pay me back with the money I'm literally giving you for doing the interview. They didn't give me a cent. I still haven't seen a cent. So what's some of the biggest challenges I faced? Okay, I can do a lot by myself. I can do a bunch of shit. But imagine if there were 3 of me or 4 of me, right? And it's like, what I'm looking for is very difficult. Like I have spent a long time trying to find people that are really gonna put in the work, is what I'm trying to say. It's so hard to find people like that. People say it, maybe they'll do it for a couple weeks, done. And it's just like, it's hard.
When did you bring on your first intern?
Were you my first intern? I think he was, this motherfucker right here.
I'm Nate. I'm a director, graphic designer, editor. I do a lot of stuff. So Hyperpop Daily, they posted on their story looking for interns. And one of my buddies, he was like, yo, you should do this. So I swiped up and he said, okay, we need you to, for a week straight, just make example posts. Me and my friends were just like coming up with some ideas. Sammy really fucked with it. So I was like, you know what? I love the underground scene. Why not work for a social media page that I've been following for like over a year at this point. I kind of got to know Sammy more. I remember having a phone call with him where like I told him kind of the stuff that I'm actually trying to do, and he helped open some doors for me through that. So, you know, even if it's just like promoting a music video that I made on Hyperpop Daily, like that right there, that's opening my kind of content out to like hundreds of thousands of people now.
Dude, having it without him, like I would not be in certain positions that I would be in now.
I think prior to having this internship, I didn't really know how I was gonna like get into the scene, you know, because it's not really a club. It's not like a high school type of social hierarchy, but at the same time, it kind of is, because you gotta like meet the right people, you know? And I think out of everyone I've met within the scene, Sammy is definitely someone that is like the right person to meet, just based on who he knows and all the different things he has to offer other people, you know?
Can you walk us through the process of helping an artist get exposure?
Okay, who's your favorite artist?
Molly Santana.
Molly Santana? So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to Molly Santana's account and you go to all the people she follows. You're gonna go through that list, make a template for an artist. So what you would say to an artist to grab their attention, right? Something creative. You can't just say, I'm next up. It's not gonna get you anywhere. Come up with something different. Come up with something that's, I don't know, that's gonna make them open the DM, right? Let's say you do that with all the people she follows, the producers, the managers, everybody. Eventually, you're either gonna get a couple follows from them. You know what that means. Molly's gonna go to your page and she's gonna see that they follow you. And that's everything. If I go to someone's page and they've got no mutuals with me, I'm not saying like, I'm not gonna work with them, but if they've got 20 mutuals, that's a big difference. Instagram, someone said like, Instagram's like your resume now. And it's very much true. I think Instagram is like the biggest thing. It's a very important tool, but at the same time, you're just building a network.
Looking back, what are you most proud of on your journey?
Honestly, it's watching people who, you know, they're working hard. They don't got money though. They've got, you know, 10, 20 bucks in their bank account, and being able to get them money in like a significant amount to where they can literally live a different life. Like seeing a smile on their fucking face, dude, when you tell them, hey, you just made 10K, 20K, it's the most incredible thing ever. Yeah, the bigger picture is like, dude, I just want to have my own label. I want to be able to sign people and then have, you know, these amazing managers, you know, amazing team take on the talent, and I kind of bring it in. Everyone says this, but like, if you want to be something, you know, big, something important, like, bro, just put in the time. That's all it is. You could be anything you want. You just have to put in the time. Time is everything, in my opinion. Bro, people see me, a lot of people go like, oh, he's like, it's a joke. They're like, oh, he's a tweaker. He talks fast, whatever, bro. I don't know. That's just how I work, but it's like, I think it works, dude. Like, you just don't waste time. You know what I mean?